Hey guys, and welcome to new releases for the week of February 3rd. Yes, I am late in posting this. I was away all last week with my daughter in Cuba, hence the tan, and I didn't get back until Sunday afternoon. It is currently Monday as I'm filming, and the plan is to get this up tomorrow. So I do apologize for it being a little bit late, but there was no way that I was going to get one up for Sunday morning or even Sunday evening. So with that out of the way, let's do this. If only because I know what items I'm going to be talking about and I know how I feel about those items, we're going to start on a high note because it's going to go downhill rather quickly. Alright, Anastasia Beverly Hills. They have released images of their upcoming spring release. There are 2 quads as well as some new lip products. The daytime quad includes 4 new warm eyeshadow shades, and the sunset collection includes 3 new and then 1 fan favorite, which is the shade Birkin. The lip products have me a little bit confused, but it looks like there's going to be 2 new glosses and 2 new liquid lipsticks. The liquid lipsticks are going to be $20 US each, and the glosses are going to be $16 US each. I have talked about the ABH lip glosses. I love the formula, but I will not buy them anymore because they turn so quickly. Like within a matter of, I'd say about 9 to 12 months, they will go. The smell changes, it becomes very rancid and very chemically, and so it's quite obvious that they have turned, and so I just won't put my money towards them because I won't get through them, and I won't even really make a dent in them because of the size of my collection unless I really ignore everything else and focus on those, and I don't really want to do that, so I'm just not going to buy them. The liquid lipsticks look to be both metallic in nature, and I'm not fully on board with that. I don't find that it looks all that great on me unless it's like a dark shade and then I can pull it off, but these shades are quite light and I don't know that they're going to be flattering on me, so I'm not really tempted. The eyeshadow quads are very pretty. They're going to be $32 each. I doubt that I would buy both of them, but if I was to pick one, it would be the Sunset Quad, which is the cooler toned option. I just think the shades are really pretty in there, and I really do like the ABH formula of their singles. So I am definitely tempted by this. We'll see how I feel when it actually releases, but I do like it. They're also selling a neon palm tree for $15 if you're interested in that. I am not, but to each their own. A release that looks tempting on its surface to me, but having had experience with this product in the past, I will not be buying them, is from Huda Beauty. They are extending the line of their dual-ended melted shadows, and there are some very, very pretty shades in here. That mint and the pink beside it, they just look so perfect for spring and summer. They're so pretty. Even the one beside the pink, like the more deep coral shade, I think it's really pretty. But I did buy one of the original shade launches. I do have a video where I test that out. If I can remember, I will link it in the cards up here. The matte end performed far better than the shimmery end, but having said that, the matte end you really had to work quickly because it dries so fast. You literally have to have the brush in your hand to blend it out so that as you apply it, you're immediately blending it out or else it's just not going to budge. The more metallic end, I found it to be very patchy. I found it difficult to build up any sort of intensity on it, and because you had to layer so much, then it became a bit crumbly on the eye. Yes, together they both have some very good longevity, but ultimately I returned mine to Sephora because I knew I wasn't going to reach for it. So although the color was very pretty of the one that I bought, and although the colors in here are very pretty, I'm just not going to be buying them because I know it's not a product that I'm going to reach for over and over again. Marc Jacobs is coming out with a new eyeshadow palette as well. This is called the Steel Edo 820. It drives me nuts, and I don't know why, but it just drives me nuts that Marc Jacobs puts these stupid words in parentheses, so it's like Steel Edo. I get the pun. I think we all get the pun. You don't need to put the brackets. And they put the brackets on like effing everything. And I don't know why it bothers me. It really shouldn't, but it makes me twitch a little, and I don't appreciate it. Anyways, this palette is quite pretty. It is $49 US. There are 4 different finishes in there. There's a velvet, a satin, a silk, and a lame. Sure, I don't really know the difference between a satin and a silk. Really don't. It comes in like a chrome-like packaging, which is really quite pretty. It's very cool toned. I like that aspect of it, but it really just looks to me like you're getting like 5 shades, not 7, because 2 of them look very similar to each other. I have had 2 of these iconic eyeshadow palettes in the past. I decluttered one and I returned the other. I just don't like them. I don't like the eyeshadow performance. Some of them are better than others, but when you're spending that much money on a 7-pan palette, I want to be wowed by all of them across the board. I know some people love them. I think Tati loves them. To each their own. Just for me, they were palettes that I just never ended up reaching for, so that's why I no longer have them. And for that reason, although I like the color story here and I like the packaging of it, I'm not going to shell out what ultimately is going to probably be about $65 Canadian for a palette that I'm probably not ever going to use. Sticking with the theme of eyeshadow palettes, The Balm has come out with 2 as well. So they have What's the Tea in Hot Tea and What's the Tea in Iced Tea. And I guess the shtick here with these is that there are 2 primers in each of them. So there's a neutral primer and a black primer, so that you can manipulate the shades. You can either wear them without a primer or with one of these, so that this 9-pan palette becomes ultimately a 27-pan palette. For actual artists and for people who are far more creative than me, I think this would be up their alley. For me, this is just altogether too much work. I don't fuck with that. It's too much. I just want the shade to be what it is. I get that this increases versatility while keeping costs down, and I see the benefit of that, whatever. I don't have a particularly creative mind when it comes to things like this, and I don't like being locked into having to use like a black primer all over my lid. What if I want what the shade becomes with the neutral one and a shade that becomes with the black one, and then trying to blend the 2 primers, and whatever. I don't know how I feel about this little Kit Kat thing. I think it's cute. I think it's very gimmicky. I think it's unnecessary. It's cute. I don't even know who it's by. Who is this by? Etude House Official. L'Oreal is releasing a new addition to their Teint Idole Ultra Wear. This is the Teint Idole Ultra Wear Nude Foundation. It has an SPF of 19, offers light coverage with up to 24 hours of wear for a lightweight second skin effect. It flows easily on the skin for a natural matte result, shine control. It's waterproof and sweatproof and is coming out in 40 shades. Release date unknown, but Trendmood did note that this might not be a US launch. So if it's not coming to the US, it's probably not coming to Canada, but you never know. I really like I've only tried, I think, 2 samples of the Teint Idole, the original, and I really, really like it. So I suspect that this would be right up my alley. Even if it is matte, because it's so lightweight, it probably wouldn't be overly mattifying. My only complaint is that it's called Teint. I mentioned this collaboration from Too Faced last week, but when I filmed that, the inside of the palette had not yet been released, and now it has been. So I'm going to throw it up here. At any rate, look, just look at this. What is this? It's basically the Modern Renaissance palette if you dropped it and the pans all popped out. Speaking of collaborations, Kathleen Lights and ColourPop have collaborated yet again. I believe this is like number 642, or possibly like 4 or 5 if we're being honest. But they have extended the Zodiac collection with 12 loose pigments. I believe that she had like a whole Zodiac thing going on with her nail polishes, and now it's crossed over to loose pigments. For what it's worth, they do look very pretty. I won't buy them simply because I always get sucked in and I buy loose pigments thinking, this is the one I'm going to use, and then I never use them. They're a lot of work, and I'm lazy. So while they're pretty, while they're not particularly expensive, they're $6 each, I'm not going to buy them because I know that I'm not going to use them. So what is the point? Oh, Physicians Formula, notoriously known for having possibly the worst shade range out there. Now they're releasing something to help with that. No, it's not additional shades. No. It's 2 separate products. You either have a shade adjuster for lightening up foundations or a shade adjuster for deepening up foundations. Just release some new shades. There's your solution. The problem with this is that it doesn't adjust for skin tone. So even though you might be able to deepen up a foundation, which would be quite helpful for me in my current sun-kissed state, if you have like a reddish undertone and this happens to be more yellow based, that doesn't help you, or vice versa, it doesn't help you. So just release more shades. Like, the days of light, medium, and dark are gone. People are far more savvy now. People have a little bit more idea of whether or not they are warm or cool, neutral, all that kind of thing. There is no reason that Physicians Formula, who has been around for many a year, cannot be releasing, say, 30 shades. They don't need to be releasing a deepener and a lightener. They just need more shades. Enough said. Dear Makeup Geek, the fuck is this? It took me a while to figure out that these were actually 2 palettes. They look shockingly similar. These are their newest releases. I am so close to just turning my back on Makeup Geek and walking away. I like their shadows. I really do. I actually like Marlena. I think she's quirky and cute, but I like her. But I want to punch her in the throat because she keeps releasing the same effing shades over and over again. I don't care that these are now square pans. I don't care about that. Give us 2 shades. Do something a little bit more innovative than, like, here's a neutral palette. No, by the way, we have this neutral palette too. I'm so bored with these releases. And I keep hoping for something, and I keep saying, like, I'm just gonna hang in a little bit longer. And then this comes out, and I'm like, God damn it. Does anything seem off about this picture to you? Like, perhaps the fact that the swatches look absolutely nothing like the lipsticks? What is going on here? I'm purely mystified by this. Like, at some point, somebody looked at this picture and was like, yep, nailed it. Are the lipsticks pretty in the tube? Yes. If they swatch out like that, there's some fuckery going on here. Now, this video would not be complete without this tomfoolery. Who's buying this? Who is buying this? I thought the flamingo bullshit was bad enough, but now we have like champagne and wine glasses. God damn it, Tarte. Pick a lane. Like, I just don't understand this brand at all. They are having such an identity crisis. Like, this is something I would expect from like Too Faced, but Tarte, like, I don't understand. It's like they refuse to be creative in their actual eyeshadows, but then they're like, hey, let's channel all that repressed creativity into our brushes, except that this is what they come up with. And it's ridiculous. So, this is the Rosé is Bay lip gloss and brush set. First of all, I kind of feel like Bay is over, and if it's not, please, dear God, can it be? Bae. Drives me nuts. And the second one is the Wine Not lip gloss and brush set. The sets are $24 US each. You would have to pay me $24 US to get this. And I always love Trend Mood because she's like, what did you get? I'm like, what did you get? I guarantee unless this was sent to you, nobody bought this. And if you do happen to love this and that's your thing, then that is fine. We can still hang. But really? Really? This is just the most ridiculous thing. Like, this may even be more ridiculous than the flamingos, although, it's a tough call. I don't know. You tell me, which one is more ridiculous, this nonsense or the flamingos? I'll stick a little poll up here and you can let me know. I have no words. Me. I have no words. Tart. You're fucking stupid. I don't know. Oh man. It's comical. Like, it's hilarious to me that somebody was like, hey, I have this stellar idea. Why don't we make a brush that looks like a champagne bottle? And somebody's like, fucking hey, Jane, let's go for it. No. No. There needs to be like one voice of reason on their creativity, just like whatever the hell it's called. Their team that approves this shit. Somebody needs to be like, what if we did like, I don't know, a 7-pan eyeshadow palette with some actual color in it and just maybe left brushes to, I don't know, Sigma. Anyways, that's all I've got because I can't say any more about this because it hurts my brain. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Thank you to those of you who tagged me in that post. It honestly made my day and is the reason why I actually filmed this video because I was just gonna skip this week, but I couldn't let that go without commentary. So, thank you again. I will catch you in my next video, and until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now.